What's going on? What's popping in the city?
Welcome to the Beauty and the Stud podcast. I'm your host, Kerenzah.
And I am the stud girl herself, Victoria.
And welcome back to episode 3. It's actually been a little while since we've recorded. Feels good to be back. What have you been doing in the meantime?
Stressing myself out at work.
Oh, damn.
And making my money.
Stressing yourself out at work. How's work going?
Girl, these people are trying me. I'm about to quit.
No, don't quit. Okay.
I'm about to quit. Either I'm going to quit or I'm going to box someone in their face. It's one of the two.
Why not move to another location?
See, it's because remember they moved me, girl.
Didn't you have a choice between 2 locations?
And I went to the other one and I preferred to kill myself.
Oh, well. Mm-hmm. Dang. I really haven't been doing nothing. I can't even lie. There's really nothing to do. We've been stay-at-home order, lockdown. It's can't do much. Can't do nothing.
I'd be in the park throwing the frisbee.
You were throwing the frisbee in the park?
Yeah. Well, where was I supposed to throw in my house? Anisha.
Oh, I'm like, you got a dog? I was like, why are you in the park throwing frisbee?
I want a dog, but my mom say no. Dogs don't belong in the house.
If you get a small dog?
She don't care what kind of dog.
But you're small. That dog could be in your room. She wouldn't even have to know it was there. Your room is big enough.
I know, but the whole thing, she's like, who's going to walk it? Not me. I'm just okay.
But it's that's what they always say. Because I think that they're going to end up being the ones walking it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, speaking of not doing anything and having a lot of free time, today we're going to be talking about investing in yourself.
Amen. And
the importance of doing that, especially in these times with COVID, the pandemic, when things are just very, why'd you make that face?
Oh, no.
When things are very, uncertain, you never know. So, at what point did you realize that a regular job or, school or traditional school wasn't for you?
When people kept telling me what to do.
Oh.
And telling me when I need to wake up to be at work. I'd be waking up 5:30 in the morning to go to these people's job. For the people them to hit me. For them to tell me I ain't worth nothing. And move me around like I'm a number. I'm tired of it. I got into it with the supervisor at work. I was about to tell her about herself.
What
I really
happened?
was. Girl, okay, tell me. So, you see how I'm sitting here? Uh-huh. Y'all see how I'm sitting here? Okay. This is where I'm supposed to be sitting at work, watching this door and the front thing and whatever. A little...
You don't get bored? Just watch.
Oh, yeah, girl. I'm developing mental illness.
No.
I'm talking to myself at work and laughing like a fool. But anyways, I have to watch this little, little aisle thing, right?
Yeah.
The supervisor lady gonna tell me, she's gonna come up to me after I already did my whole hour patrol. She's gonna come to me and talk about, would you mind standing at my office door to make sure no one goes in there? Mind you, I can see the office door perfectly fine from where I'm sitting down. Okay, I'm like, yeah, no problem. I can watch it for you, but I'm not gonna go over there and stand there. My girl had the nerve to scrub her face about, why can't you stand there? Is there something wrong? Can you imagine? She's asking me if there's something wrong with me. I'm just like, but you're bright. You're going to ask me to do a favor for you and then come ask me if there's something wrong with me.
So, she couldn't lock the door? She couldn't close the door? Her office don't got a door?
I don't know what's wrong with her.
Does her office have a door?
There's a door, obviously, yeah. But, it doesn't, I don't know, because all the staff go in and out the door.
Okay, yeah.
But, I don't know. She wanted to go over there and watch it, and I told her I'm not going to stand there and watch it because I'm not a doorman. I'm not a concierge. Yeah. So... She's like, I don't know what's wrong with you and how you choose to do your job, but the other guards, they go in there stand. I'm like, well, I'm not the other guards, miss. I'm not the other guards. I am me. Okay, hello. And she does not know who I am. I was like...
And then what happened?
So she's like, do you feel like this is something you don't need to do? And I was like, as a matter of fact, this is actually something I don't need to do. It's not in my post orders of jobs, of lists of duties that I have to do. She's asking me for a favor. But because the other guards did it, to her, in her head, it's something we need to do. But it's not something we need to do. She had the nerve to ask for my name and go call the team leader and rate this and rate that. So I called the boss and I told him what happened. He said I didn't do nothing wrong. So
okay.
I said, good.
Basically.
I can't wait for her to come tell me to do it again so I can just pull the email on my phone. But my boss gave me direct orders that I can't do this for you. Sorry. I'm tired of people like that.
So what about school?
I finished school.
Well, you finished. Did you think it was important?
Well, it gave me something to do for the last 2 years of my life.
That's true.
I think it depends on what you want to do.
That's true.
If I want to be a plumber, I have to go to school. I can't just pick up a wrench and say, I'm going to be a plumber today.
Yeah. Some things you need school for.
It's like a doctor.
Yeah, some things I don't feel like school is necessary. Like I took entrepreneurship, which I don't recommend taking entrepreneurship in school. Like take marketing, take accounting, take like a stream of business. Don't take entrepreneurship because half the time to be an entrepreneur, I feel like you learn more by actually doing it. So I found like school in that sense to be pretty useless. Yeah, because it's like, first of all, I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur for like since before high school. So by the time I got to the course, everything they taught me, I already knew. So I'm just putting myself in debt to learn things that I already know.
Talk about that debt. The debt's killing me. Well, it's not killing me, but it's there.
Apparently, they said they're gonna not take payments till 2023. Is that true?
They lied. I seen it in my bank statements. $81. I seen it.
Like monthly?
Monthly. Well, actually, the way they do mine, they take it out random. They take it out they'll take it out on January, and then I don't see anything. They'll take it out in like April. I'm just like, what happened to?
So it's like they just skip
February,
months.
March?
Maybe they do it like
every 3 months or something.
like quarterly.
Maybe I don't know, but
Yeah,
they
kinda
take
weird.
mine out.
Yeah,
I wish they'd hurry up and take it all out quicker because I've been seeing I owe $5,000 for the past.
Where do you
5
go to
years.
see?
My credit statement? You know, like the Borrowell statements, the Borrowell credit. It says your credit score is updated.
No.
Oh
Like, is this like through your bank account or?
no, I got this thing to check my credit score because my credit be staying, so I would like to check up on my credit and like
See where you're
I
at?
see like everything I owe, my car.
Okay. Yeah. So, at what point did you decide that you want to like invest in yourself?
COVID. That's dead, isn't it? So basically what happened was, as I said, like I seen this girl, post all these charts and things. Like, first of all, I wasn't really even thinking about investing, and I didn't know anything about those things. I don't like math. I don't like numbers. Rotate this, rotate that. Hence law enforcement.
Yeah.
But like I was just curious. Curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity killed my policing career. So
That's a good one.
So I seen her post these charts, and I asked her like, "What is it?" And she introduced me to it, and that's what I've been doing now. And to me, it's like, if I could make more money sitting home or on my phone, like I'm literally making the money right now, and I'm sitting here doing this, I'm making extra money. So it's like if I could do that and not wake up at 5:30 in the morning to go get cussed out by a stupid supervisor at my job and sit there for 12 hours, might as well, make my own money myself. It's like I make more money in like 3 months than people do a year eventually.
That's true.
So like, why might as well,
So, like, you don't think you're going to want to do police?
I keep telling my mom so she doesn't panic. I'm like, yeah, it's still on the table. Don't worry. Like, I'm not. I swear to God, I'm still keeping it in. I'm not.
But at
kicking
least
it to the
that's like
curb.
always something that you can like go back to. It's not something that's like, if you don't do it now, it's like forever gone.
That's true. I mean, technically, I won't even get into police until I'm at least 24, 25, because they don't want me this young. I'm 21. So it's like, what should I do in the meantime? Stress
true.
myself out these people's job?
Yeah, so
Not
like
me.
you literally can. That's the thing about school too. It's like school's like always there. Like there's people in my class that were like way older, so
50
it's like
ahead.
literally. So school's always there. So I don't feel like that's ever really an issue. Me, I decided I wanted to invest in myself like at a young age. I don't know why, but when I was younger, I used to have like all these different business ideas like all the time. Like at one point I said I wanted to open a cupcake shop. I wanted to open like a dance studio. That's when I was like really into watching Dance Moms and I thought I could teach dance. And
You're going to be like Abby Lee.
yeah, but I don't even know anything about dance though. I just thought I was going to like, literally, I just thought I was going to open a dance studio. So like I always had different ideas. And then when I was like 14, I think, I decided that I wanted to have a clothing line. And that's how I knew I was serious about an idea, because that's the idea that I stuck with like the longest and didn't have a new idea the next week. So from there, I decided, I'm like, yeah, I feel like I can make a lot more money doing that. Not really in the beginning, but we'll get to that. Like eventually then working for somebody else in like a career path that I'm not really 100% in. Because to go and work for somebody else, there's nothing I can say I would want to work for somebody else in this field.
I tell you.
Like it's kind of hard.
And then they go and they cut your pay. They cut my pay, y'all. Can you imagine?
You're really salty about this job.
No, because, yeah, I got to cut my pay.
So like, but why?
During COVID. I don't know, something about the contract. See, at least when you invest in yourself, you work for yourself, you pay yourself. You don't cut your own pay.
That's true. So like, how do you find what you're passionate about? How did you find what you were passionate about?
Well, you know me, love the Law and Order, SVU. So it's like the whole police thing was like I want to help people.
Did that motivate you to want to get into policing, the Law and Order?
That chose my whole career. Like ever since I watched that show, I'm just like, her. I want to be her. That's what I want to do. So I tell you, if I never watched that show, I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd probably be a stripper or something. I don't even know. I don't know. Because I was doing some foolishness. But like that really set me. Like I'm like, okay.
You as a stripper.
Yeah, I can make bare money. Don't stay in school. Don't do that. 905 is closed. It's COVID. You know the 905? Anyways, back on topic.
I heard about it, but that's a different story. Anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, so I always wanted to help people, right? So police, they help people, at least in my head. I was like, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to do that since I was 8. But then this thing that I'm doing now is investing, right? So that girl, she helped me. So it's like now I can help other people. So to me, the whole thing is as long as I'm doing something where I can help people and help impact other people's lives in a positive way, like that's what I want to do. And this gives me the same opportunity besides, I don't know, catching the person who broke into your house. That's cool. But now I'm giving you a chance to make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. That to me seems even better.
That's true. Mm-hmm. So like, do you know what you want to do? Like, is this something you want to do long term?
The investing? I want to do this for the rest of my life because, you know, there's people tell me, that don't make no sense. I'm like, just you wait and watch. When I start making that $50K a month, don't ask me for not even $10 because it was not doable. Remember? Okay, thank you.
Do you think,
I feel like I'm being interviewed on my own podcast.
Because I ask a lot of questions.
I know.
You know I'm nosy.
Girl, it's like Sandra. Shout out to Sandra.
Literally. That's literally me.
Yeah.
But yeah. I feel like sometimes people like start things that they're not passionate about just to make money. But I feel like in the long run, that doesn't really always work out for them. Because I feel like if you're only in it to make like quick money, then you're not really going to go as far as you want to go. Like if you're trying to be a billionaire, doing something to make quick money most likely isn't going to make you a billionaire. Because you're not going to put like the time and effort in needed. Whereas if you actually really cared, you're going to make sure that the product's good or whatever you're selling or your service is good to make sure you get to that place. So I feel like that's important.
I believe so.
So in the future, do you ever want to like start a business?
Well, I wanted to start a union. You know how like people like they have like the nursing union and whatever. I want to start a union for the security guards because I ain't got no union. Can you imagine? And I also want to have my own security company because the way I see these security companies be treating people, y'all, I worked for 4 security companies. Almost going to be my 5th because I'm going to start looking for a new job if that supervisor keep playing with me. But I work for a lot of security companies, and this is the best one I've worked for so far. But all the rest, they treat you like a number, like you're replaceable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, God help me for what I'm about to say. Oh, but a lot of people coming in from other countries, and they're quick to get into the security business. So to them, they're like, okay, you're replaceable. You know what I mean? Like, I go to work, they're like, okay, you're gone. There's a plane full of people coming in who want this job. You know what I mean?
Oh, my.
So they don't care about you. Like, I remember I was sick. Like, I couldn't even stand up. And I called in sick to work. And mind you, I don't call in sick for work. That's something I don't do. But I called in sick, and the man told me, like, the boss, like, you can't get over it. Like, it's not that serious. You can't come in. I'm just like...
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, I'm like, I am on the floor crying and rolling around, and you're telling me if I can't just get over it? Like, are you rude? They had the old argument with me. I'm like, I can't work for these people.
That's why I can't do it. That's why I can't do it.
No, that's why I'm telling you, you can't work for people, and they treat you like a number, like you're a dog shit or something.
Yeah, that's true. Because I worked at a cafe. Technically, I feel like I still work there, but like the way code is set up, it's like they're not even open right now.
The patio's open.
It's not even open. It's just there. They built it and didn't take it down.
Because I seen the banner on the thing this morning. It said, we're open. Patio's open. I said,
yeah, we not. We closed as ever.
Oh, they lying.
Yep. But anyways, yeah, I just... Working there initially, because it's close to my house, I was like, you know, I loved working there, like, in the beginning. And then all of a sudden you start to realize, like, certain ways about people. Like, for example, like, you'll come in for your closing shift, and the people, you walk in to everyone just sitting there waiting for this shift to be over, but then you look over and there's, like, a sink full of dishes. So it's like, you've been just sitting there waiting, but you couldn't have tried to even, like, finish the dishes from your shift. So now you come into your shift, and you have to spend like the first like hour of your shift doing the dishes that they could have done, or they expect you to do things that, you know, when people have that like demeanor that I'm not going to worry about it because I'm not the one doing it. So it's like, I'm just going to throw the dishes in the sink and not worry about doing them because I know I don't have to worry about it. I know I get to leave at 4:00 and don't have to deal with it.
You know, I'm kind of guilty of that. When I worked at McDonald's, because the kitchen, the people who work in the back kitchen, like make the food and stuff, they do the dishes. Us pretty girls in the front take the orders. We don't do dishes. That's not what we do.
Yeah.
Me, I don't care how much dishes. I would drop a spoon and be like, oh, dash it in the sink. Drop a pitcher, dash it in the sink. I was like, oh, the sink full. Put more stuff in the sink. Because I'm like, I don't have to do that. I remember one time the manager's like, oh, they're all busy. Can you do the dishes? I said,
but see, that makes sense because there's people like that work back there. But in this specific instance, we all were doing the same job.
oh, well, I don't know.
So it's like we all took orders, we all made food, we all did dishes, we all cleaned. So it's like, I just hate that demeanor. Like, or they say slicing meats. Slicing meats is like the worst thing to do. Like, I hate slicing meats. Yes, slicing meat, like, I would just dread slicing meat. Because first of all, the meat slicer is like the heaviest thing you have ever like lifted in your life. And it's like on a low shelf. To try to bend and like, it's like doing like a deadlift. So that in and of itself was annoying. Then it's like they started doing like these special lunchbox things. Then you have to slice. You're sitting there slicing like 30 bags of meat plus what you need to slice for the next day. And it's like, who wants to be slicing meat? Like, who wants to do that? The nasty meat that's like dripping juice and stuff.
Girl, don't say the nasty meat. That's what I'm going to eat at the cafe.
But no, but like, if you ever saw how meat looked like not before it's sliced, you will never eat meat again. Don't eat roast beef. Don't eat roast beef. I'm telling you. I was like, I'm never eating that again. Well, I've never eaten roast beef, but I was like, I would never.
Oh, jeez. God forgive me.
It was so nasty.
I mean, it tastes good.
I bet it does, but
You don't eat beef, really.
What do you mean?
You don't like, you're not a beef.
Oh, you're talking about me.
Yeah,
No,
so
I'm
it's like,
not.
when would you even eat the roast beef anyway?
Never.
Exactly.
And if anyone ever offered me roast beef, I will kindly decline.
Okay, does it look like, you know, the ham? There's like a block, so is the roast
Do you
beef
see, like
a
ham?
block?
Ham and turkey were my favorite things to slice, because they don't gross me out. Then you get to like the roast beef, right? It's like big.
Okay.
We're off topic, but whatever. It's like huge, and it's like brown, but it's like,
Isn't it red?
I'm talking about the outside.
Okay.
The outside is like brown, right? Ooh. And then it's like usually when you never want to be that person that like has to open a new pack of meat because then you have to cut it in half and the juice pours out. You know how I feel about things.
Now, at least it's not white.
No, but sometimes though, the longer it goes, like the longer it sits there, like in the fridge, it gets like the juice gets like white. It was just gross. And then Montreal smoked meat.
Don't eat at the cafe, y'all.
Montreal smoked. You know what Montreal smoked meat is? I don't even know either.
It
was red.
It's called Montreal smoked meat. It's not like beef.
No, Montreal smoked meat. I don't know what that was. I just sliced it.
You can Google it.
There we had corned beef, which is also grossed me out. Anything that was not turkey or ham grossed me out.
Ground beef slash white.
No, corned beef.
Ground beef, corn. It's beef. Corned beef slaps, okay? Have that with some white rice.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't like, I have to sneeze.
It's not in the can.
No, you have to slice it.
How do you slice corned beef?
Because it comes in like a big thing.
Beef? Bless you.
Thank you.
Oh, a tissue.
Thank you.
No,
I almost forgot what that was. No, this is
you the what they call Delft French lady. Aren't you one of them?
We have to do the test. Yeah.
My ex failed it.
I just passed. But you know why? This is why what I failed at. There's a part of the test where it's like someone's reading to you and you have to like answer the questions. You on the first question, waiting for the answer, and you don't even hear the answer, and you already hearing that the answer for question 5, and you don't have questions 1 to 4 done. So you're like, where was the answer for that? And they play it over like 2 or 3 times.
Oh. You know, I low-key felt bad when she failed because she failed by like a 1.
So like, she didn't graduate with the certificate then. Mm-hmm. Damn. She failed by 1.
She failed by like 1 or 2. Like she literally, if she got like 1 right, she would have passed. I low-key felt bad.
Do you still feel bad?
I still feel bad. I don't know why I laughed
That's
at
that's
it.
kind of sucks when you're like been taking French like your whole life and then you fail the Delph test. That's kind of like
I stopped taking French when I realized I was learning the same thing over and over and over again. Well, yeah, I was tired. I'm like, how much time do I have to learn how to say garbage? How learned how to say garbage like 10 different ways? One people say corbel, one people say poubelle. I'm just like, which one is it?
true.
I don't know. And now my sister's taking French, and they keep saying lave, lave, and one minute that means wash your hands. 1 minute that means let's go. 1 minute that means this. I'm like, what? How much does this one word mean? I was like, I don't know what's going on anymore. It's new French.
Okay, so what were we talking about?
Investments.
I was talking about my job.
You're right.
Yeah, that's there. I just decided that I can't do this. I can't do this.
Are you gonna go?
But
back
I was
if call
already
you?
doing. I can't because technically I would be on maternity leave.
Oh, you can sit on a stool and say, "How can I help?"
Nah, because no, I don't have like literally everyone has like a customer service voice, right? Everyone's like, "Hi, what can I get for you?" And I'm just like, "What can I get for you?" Like they're making jokes with me, and I'm just like,
Because you're mean.
I'm like, "What can I get for you?" They're like, "What's in the breakfast sandwich?" Like it says, there's egg, there's bacon or sausage, and there's cheese. Like I hate when they ask you like what's in something when it clearly says.
Girl, trust me. That's how I felt like when I was at McDonald's. Like, I don't work in the kitchen. I don't know what's on it.
It's like what's in a BLT?
I don't know. Lettuce, bacon,
I don't
tomato.
know. Maybe it's bacon. Maybe it's lettuce. Maybe it's tomato. I don't know.
And the funny thing is, they get it all the time.
Yes.
You
Oh my
get it all the
gosh.
time. You know what's in it. Why are you asking what's in it?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's when I decided I just couldn't work for anybody. But you know, honestly though, working for people, I feel like you need to work for somebody at least once in your life. Because I feel like it teaches you a lot of things. Because how would you know you don't like working for somebody unless you actually work for somebody? You may discover a new career path within that job that you're in.
Okay, I realized customer service was not for me. That's why I got into security.
I always wanted to work in a clothing store, like originally.
Me too. I really wanted to work in like Blue Notes. I really wanted to work in like
Garage.
no, a Foot Locker, like shoes. I like
Yeah.
because the referees, you know, they look nice in the little uniform.
You know what's crazy that you say referee? Is I always noticed they look like something, but I just couldn't really put my finger on what it was until you said that just now. And I'm like, you're
Are
right,
you
referee.
slow?
Like I'm always like this. They remind me they're dressed like something, but it never like.
The soccer referees and stuff.
Yeah. I like never.
You're
I need to
okay.
ask my dad. My dad watches soccer. I need to ask him if he ever noticed that people in Foot Locker look like referees.
You probably did.
Probably.
Maybe that's why you like shoes so much.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Do you have anything you want to add?
Oh, well, I feel like when it comes on to the investment side, I'm not too sure about her and her little businesses. But when it comes to me and my investments, you need to learn to take risks. Risks are important. You know what I mean? Like Bitcoin, right? For example, I think I mentioned something like this on the last one. Like the people who took the risk on Bitcoin, look
That's
at them
true.
now. And the people who were like, no,
Are missing out.
Let me wait and see what happens.
My mom said that. Like she said years ago, like she had the opportunity to invest in Bitcoin, but she never did.
And look, she could have been living lavish.
Yeah.
Me too. I had the little game thing.
It's hard though. Taking risks, it's hard, especially when you're taking risks with your money.
I learned to take risks with my money. Like I literally just threw out $300 a while ago, like last week, to some random lady I didn't know.
Why?
To take a risk to see if what she was saying was true.
Do you get your money back if it's not?
No, ma'am.
Damn.
That's what to me. Like I always put aside $300 each month that I have risk money.
But you see, that's good because for you, you've set the money aside, but some people don't even have that extra money to set aside. So where can they start if they don't have the extra? Let's say you don't have really the extra money to start. You got maybe $50.
$50.
I'm just saying, $50 every 2 weeks. That's your like set aside money. You don't really have much room to take risks. What would you recommend?
Save that money. And when that money hit 400 Canadian dollars, hit me up at LK_VitaI.B and we can make that money 10K a month. Let's go, okay? Like I will teach you to flip that real quick.
I would say
That's what I
if you want to start a business but you don't have the disposable money, I would First, it depends on what kind of business you want to start, because product businesses always cost more for the inventory. But then again, it depends on what kind of business you want to start. Like for me, I could have just went to like a print shop, paid like $5 per t-shirt, printed my design on a t-shirt, and that would have been that. But you see me, I'm picky about everything. And I'm the type of person like I don't want to start something or do something if it's not going to be like 100% how I want it. Especially if it's something like this when I know I want to do it for a long time. I'm like, I'm not going to wait this long just to do it half-ass. So it definitely took longer, because then you realize things are expensive.
Oh,
like
yeah.
starting a business is expensive because you have the business registration fees. First of all, if you only have $50, your $50 is going to business registration alone, not even your products. So, or you can do like the little workaround where like you start selling before you register the business. But
Is that illegal?
But I didn't say that. If you do that and something happened, don't come blame me, because I didn't say that. But yeah, business registration fees, and you got inventory, packaging. But inventory for t-shirts is like, clothing in general is like a lot, because you have the actual t-shirt, then you got to pay the extra for the design, then you got to pay for the tags. So that all that adds up. Then you got packaging, shipping, cost to set up your store or your website for hosting every month. Yeah, you have to pay to have your website up.
Who's hosting?
You think breatheabrand.com is just up there for free?
It ain't up there now, is it?
It's up there. But it's just like I closed it for the time being because I'm relaunching.
So you don't have to pay for it still.
You pay like $9 a month now instead of like your original like 40 something that you would.
You know that meme with the guy who's like, damn. That's me.
Yeah, so it's like things add up. But if you just want to start and you are not too big on like having things perfect in the beginning, there's a lot of different like workarounds and ways that you can start up without the high overhead. If you're doing a service business, like
a cupcake business.
Yeah, like if you're doing cupcake businesses and you already have like a lot of ingredients at your house, you just naturally always have flour and stuff. So your overhead costs are going to be relatively low since you already have that stuff at your house. So I would just say do small things until and save the money until you're able to do the big launch that you want to do.
I feel like my hands are always doing something.
Me too. I'm very fidgety.
Me too. So like, you have the knowledge for the entrepreneur, because he said going to school for entrepreneurship is like a waste of time. But like, suppose someone doesn't have, like, suppose me. I said I want to start a security business.
But you don't know
I don't know nothing about that. Or how would I gain the knowledge to be like, okay, this is the steps I need to do. This is what I need to put out in place. These are people I need to talk to.
Yeah.
Like, how would I?
Google. Google is like, you can learn anything on Google or YouTube. There's probably like a YouTube video on how to do everything. There's a Google search on how to do everything. I would do Google. I would do YouTube. Get a notebook. Write down. Because if you literally Google how to start a private security business, I'm pretty sure there's a thing where it has like 10 steps to start a security business, and it'll tell you. I'd write it down. I had to go to a couple of different websites, do research. I'd watch some YouTube videos. You can really learn anything. If you want to learn how to do marketing, you can literally Google how to market a security business, how to do accounting for a security business, things of that nature, how to hire people. Anything you can do.
I was supposed to say that.
Read books.
Hire an accountant.
Read books.
Suppose you don't like to read.
Well, then
audiobook.
Yeah, audiobook. Podcasts. That's a good thing too. You can learn a lot of things on. There's like a podcast also for everything out there.
Let's teach them something real quick.
What? You trying to figure out what you want to teach them?
Let's go to the podcast. I felt maybe we should be in that part. They're learning things right now. We're dropping
for our generation.
The gems. I was going to talk about evolving generations.
Talk about it.
Okay, so like, it ties in with the whole taking risks too, right? Like, I feel like our generation, everything right now is about cryptocurrencies, investing, foreign exchange market, all those things, right? Like, people are finding ways to do things that aren't lawyer, doctor, dentist, bank account.
The things your parents want you to do.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing, right? We can't really blame our parents because that's what they know. Mm-hmm. So it's like everything, the generations evolved. Back in the day, our parents now, that generation, they work. But our grandparents and our grandparents' parents, the man went outside and chopped up some leaves, right? The woman stayed home and cooked.
Yeah.
Our parents aren't going to do that. They have to work, right?
Yeah.
Male, female, whatever else. They have to go and work. So it's like That's what they know. They know the 9 to 5, the toil in the grounds. They didn't have YouTube because now people are doing content creators. People are
Everything
on,
is a job nowadays.
yeah, people are on TikTok going, Draco,
Making money.
Soldier, clap, clap. They're making 10K a video. I'm like,
Yep.
you know, like, our parents didn't have those
Opportunities.
So now we're presented with these opportunities. This is where, back with the risk, we need to learn to take the risk to put ourselves into our generational,
Put ourselves out there.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we still need doctors and lawyers and rate takers. That's cool for those people who really want to do
Who
that.
really want to do that? Yeah.
But I don't feel like we need to be so focused on, I need to, like, plan my life around going to school, getting a diploma, then getting a degree, then a master's and a PhD.
And then
I-
getting a job.
Exactly.
And,
And
yeah.
work till I'm 65. Then when I'm 65,
I'll retire.
retire. But now I'm too old to enjoy my money.
Yeah.
I can't go jet skiing. Is it jet skiing?
Yeah.
Jet skiing, skydiving. I'm going to break my bones and fall out the sky. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to
Yeah.
be young and enjoy your money now.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that if you're studying for 25 years in school and then working 13 hours a day, then going home to repeat, reuse. What do they do?
Reduce, recycle.
Reuse, reduce, recycle.
I could
your
tell
life.
you don't do that.
Girl, no. My mom trying to separate the garbage. I'm like, which goes in what bin?
I'm done.
Let's throw it all in the garbage. Don't
But
throw it
yeah,
in the garbage street.
I feel like now there's so many opportunities that it's like you don't really have an excuse.
Exactly.
Like
There's
if
no
you're trying to
reason be
say
broke.
I can't be successful or I can't do this, I can't do that. There's not a avenue for me. There's not a lane for me. I don't feel like that's true anymore. Maybe back then that was true, but even back then though, I feel like if they took the risks, like back to what you're saying about taking risks, if they took the risks back then they could have been $1 billion company. Think about Amazon. There wasn't a store online, I guess, for books, and that's how it started. And now it's like this big company.
Amazon was for books.
Yeah, that's how it started off, selling books online, and then it evolved.
Wow, look at that.
So I feel like everything started off as a risk. So you just had to take some. Now, like literally, you can make money doing anything now.
Yeah, I can make money by blinking. You can test beds and make money. You know, you make $500 a bed being a bed tester.
You can make money doing surveys.
Yeah, I don't know if that really worked though. I've done a lot of surveys in my time. I've yet to receive a cent.
Okay, well then never mind. Don't do that. I didn't say that. Don't do that.
Yeah, man. Like, there's so much things you can do, and it's just
I think our
take the risk to do it.
family, the thing, okay, parents especially, because naturally they want the best for their kids. They want you to have a stable job because that's where the stability is, in those 9 to 5 jobs where you know you're getting a paycheck every 2 weeks and XYZ. I feel like a lot of times when you tell them that you want to start a business or you want to quit school and da-da-da-da-da or change career paths, they tend to like not really like judge you, but they kind of like are a little bit negative about your idea, or they don't necessarily, because they don't understand.
They can't relate, is what it is, I think.
Yeah. Like, so to them, your goals and your dreams may seem a little unrealistic.
Oh, girl, tell me about it. Yeah. My auntie said that to me. No, because I was explaining to her, I'm like, okay, because my goals in my life, right? I want to be me, my wife, so that's 2 people. But I'm thinking like bedrooms in my house.
Yeah.
So me and the wife, 1 room. I want 4 kids, right? So that's 5
Girl.
bedrooms.
Your wife may be pregnant one time and decide she don't want no more kids, sis. I said I want 4 kids too, and now I'm like,
Well, she's gonna have to get with
I'm
the
gonna be one and
program
done.
because I need my children, and I'm not pushing them out, obviously. So
why don't y'all do 2 and 2?
2 and 2 what?
She push out 2, you push out 2.
I can give her 2 of my eggs, and she can
You
push
could be
out
out
those
here like
ones.
Domo.
I have so much dislike for Domo. Like, I don't like her.
Get back on track, sis. Get back on track.
Yeah, I was trying to tell her like I was like saying I want like a 7-bedroom house, and she's like, why would you need a 7-bedroom house? That's ridiculous. Like, she wasn't saying it like being mean or anything. She was just saying like it doesn't make sense why I would want a 7-bedroom house because just me. But I'm thinking like I always think for future because I don't like the moving up and down. My whole
Me
thing
either.
is,
It's like I just want one big house,
house.
that I spend my money on renovating and making it nice, so I don't gotta do it too many times.
Exactly. Like I want the one house. I was planning on living in that house forever like a fool, but that's where my mind was, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, that's not, it makes sense because she was saying it's just me. So why do I need a 7-bedroom house? Like, wouldn't I be scared
But
to be
like,
there by
if you
myself?
wanted a 7-bedroom house, so what? For just you.
I don't know. I think she thinks maybe like a waste or so. I don't know. All I know, she was saying it doesn't make sense. It's unrealistic. So I had to explain to her. I'm like, listen, technically it's not unrealistic because it's gonna be me, my wife, 5 kids. That's like
I thought you just said 4 kids.
four. I think about. I did the hand.
You
Think of the
going
hand.
to end up with 10 kids by accident.
No.
What if you have like quintuplets?
Oh, then that is one and done.
That's ridiculous. That's a lot.
How
at
much is
once.
that?
5. That's a lot at once.
She's gonna have to be a big lady.
I'm
You're like
She gonna have to have hips like you were talking about.
Yeah, hips. Her hips gonna be butting her off. Like, look how small you are. Imagine you had 5 of them little things in you.
They would be like small.
Like puppies.
Yeah, they'd have to be probably like born early and in an NICU.
Well, that's not nice.
That's not nice. I think I would die.
I don't think so.
My iron would be like so low I wouldn't even survive.
They'd just be sucking you dry, like Bella in Twilight when she was having her kid.
Oh my
And she
gosh,
was like-
she looked terrible. Oh my gosh.
Well, Jesus, yeah. So I had to explain to her like it's not unrealistic because at the end of the day, it's me, my room, so one room. The 4 kids all have their own room because I don't want my kids sharing rooms.
Yeah, because then they get older and that causes problems.
Yeah. So that's like, okay, 5 rooms, 2 extra.
For your people that come in,
like guest
like me.
bedroom. Exactly, that's guest bedrooms. Mother-in-law, father-in-law,
Yeah,
my
holidays.
mother.
Yeah, you want to be able to hold
guests,
you want to be able to host people.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want people sleeping on my couch. So
That's true, because you don't want some people, someone sleeps on your couch, and you gotta like, you trying to go to the kitchen, you gotta be like tiptoeing because you want to wake them up.
or you forget they're in the what's that thing called, the living room, when you go downstairs in your drawers and just like, oh.
No, I feel like people who sleep on your couch be sleeping in though until like noon.
Not me. I was be up waiting for people downstairs like.
At sleepovers, I was always the first one up. I'm up at like 5 a.m. before the sun even come out. I can't sleep at other people's houses.
I can't sleep in like, if it's not my own bed, for some reason I won't sleep like fully. Like I'll be half asleep. Like I remember I was like in my cousin's bed, right? And we were sleeping. I was like this. Dead asleep. Well, not dead, but like I was asleep. And he's like, he turned over for some strange reason. He's like, are you sleeping? And I was like, yeah. He's like,
Girl, when I tell you I would have kicked you off my bed so fast.
the next morning he told
You
his
had to go
mom.
home. You'd have to leave. I said, no,
Like I was asleep. It's just I wasn't sound asleep because I wasn't in my own bed.
Yeah, I feel that.
I didn't want to be snoring because apparently I snore now. I'm the biggest thing. Like I hate people who snore.
You do. I would be on the phone with you. No, I'm saying like you do hate.
I was like,
snoring.
you heard me
Like I'll be
snore?
on the phone. You'd be like, I hear your mom snoring.
Yeah, because you know, it's
But she be snoring loud. Like there's some people who snore, but there's snorers.
yeah, because your mom like.
Yeah, I'll be like, girl, stop. That's why she's always like, let's watch a movie together. I'm like, no, because you're not about to fall asleep in here before me, and then I can't sleep now because you snoring. Because then it's just like, then it gets louder, you know? And I'm just like, oh my gosh. But anyways, back to what we were saying.
Unrealistic.
Your aunt.
Yes, love her. She said that it didn't make sense. So I broke it down to her, and she said it made sense after the fact.
After.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing with that is, too, like, it's all when you can't relate to something, you know.
Or it's not your dream.
That, too. Like, for example, if I come to you and I say, I have a job that can pay you $15 an hour, you're going to believe me because
Yeah.
you can relate to
You heard of it.
$15. Right.
Yeah.
And you can relate to that amount of money. But if I come to you
Seems
like,
attainable.
exactly. And especially with, our colored folk, if it ain't solid, like if it's not stamped on paper from the Ontario government, waving your face, not face, oh Lord Jesus, face with a little red ribbon around and you're smart going, with the dude, that looked like a gun. I mean, you shake the person hand and get your diploma?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was
did
doing.
not know what you were doing just now.
That's
I
what
was
I
so
was doing.
confused. Yeah.
Then they don't believe it. So, like, if I come to you and say, I have a way for you to make $20,000 a month, they're going to look at me like I'm retarded. They're like, that's not attainable.
They'd be like, scammer.
Exactly, because in society, we've been geared towards 9 to 5, 8 to 8, 7 to 7, working in someone's building underneath the CEO. This is the
7
only
to
way.
7 days.
That's what I work, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
That's terrible.
I know. That's why I'm trying to quit. Anyways.
It's crazy. Working 7 to 7 would make sense to me if it was for myself. I'd just rather do things for myself.
Me too.
Advance myself instead of advancing somebody
Other
else's
people,
business who
yeah.
don't even care.
When they sit up in their big old dirty office eating peanuts, they don't even know what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like you get the most judgment from your friends and your family when you're trying to do something different, which doesn't make sense to me because I feel like they're so quick to support other people maybe doing the same things as you, but when it comes to it's an issue. Like, for example, my T-shirts, they came out, they were $45. everyone who has the t-shirt, I've not heard one complain about the t-shirt. Everyone says the shirt's so comfortable, good quality. But the number one comment I got back was, before I even launched, was $45. That's expensive for a t-shirt. People, anytime you're selling something for more than $10, it's like expensive. It's like you're asking them to pay for a Birkin.
But a baby Birkin.
So it's like, yeah, it's always talking about it's so expensive, but they're so quick to go to like Gucci and spend $600 on a Gucci belt. Now, granted, I'm not Gucci, but we all start somewhere. You don't know nothing about Gucci. Do you know when Gucci was started? Do you know the actual first name of the person who's Gucci's named after?
Who's it named after?
Girl, I don't know.
Oh.
I never said I was a fan of Gucci.
I don't know Gucci because he don't say he makes his things for black folk. But that's another topic for another day.
Yeah, it's like you're so quick to put your money into other businesses that sells maybe the same product, maybe not as good of a quality, but way, way, way more expensive. But because they're your friend or family, you need to give them a discount, or they tell you your prices is too expensive. They're not taking into consideration, if they want you to sell the product for $10, what if it cost me $25 to make the shirt? How am I supposed to make money? They're the first people to be like, support business, support black business. But you're not supporting because you want to say everything's too expensive. You want to support black business if the product is $5.
But they quick to spend $50,000 on a white man. It's true. I'm not capping. It's true.
Like in like what, like clothes and stuff?
Yeah.
That's true. That's always how it goes.
Unless it's like, never mind. I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, I just feel like if you want to be successful, like the first thing you're going to have to learn is like your friends and family won't support you like they say they will or that you expect them to do.
Unless it's me.
Because a lot of times they'll be like, oh, you're having a clone class, so great. Yeah, let me know when it launches. I'll buy one. I'll buy one. And then you launch and it's like, been launched for like 7-8 months. You didn't. Crickets.
True.
So you feel like you can't really expect your close friends and family to support you, which is unfortunate. But that's just how it is.
It's true though. Like they always say, like strangers are easier to
Support you than. Yeah.
It's true. Like even with my whole investment, like I've had strangers. Like I have more strangers in the business with me making money alongside me.
Yeah.
Than my friends. I only have 2 friends alongside me making money with me right now.
That's true. That's how it goes.
All my other friends are like, I want to see if it works, or it's too much, or it's this. I'm just like, okay.
Like everyone has a reason, which is like, it's cool because it's like I'm not really begging anyone to support me. Like you don't have to go on and on telling me about, oh my God, your stuff is too expensive. Okay, then don't buy it.
Yeah,
don't buy it.
I'm
not here.
yes and no's.
I'm not here forcing you to buy something. I'm not saying if you don't buy a shirt, then we're not going to be friends anymore. I didn't even force you to buy. I didn't even tell anyone to repost anything that I posted. I'm not forcing you. But don't come back and try to be around when Breathe the brand blows up.
And now the shirt costs like $560.
Then you'd be like, dang, I should have got it when it was 45. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's so like, Lord Jesus.
Weird how things work.
It is. I don't know. Things are too expensive when it comes to something one way, but then it's so cheap when it comes to other things like Apple. Like, you know, I'm not sure if I talked about this last time. Did I? The whole phone thing? Anyways, I'm going to reiterate.
Okay, because
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, so like I posted on my Snapchat, right? I'm like, if I'm selling the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, whatever, for like $324 who's willing to buy it? And I have people say, oh yeah. They're like, oh my gosh, that's it? It's that cheap for the iPhone? I'm just like, yeah. But then the whole thing was, that's how much it is to get plugged into my investment. And the same people who are saying, oh wow, that's it for the phone. Woo. There's the same people months before I was trying to say, hey, I have this opportunity where we can actually start making real good money. They're like, oh, that's too expensive. I don't have enough money for that. But they're so quick
For the iPhone.
to jump on the iPhone. And their iPhone's not going to make them money like my phone's making me money. Because they're not invested. My phone's making me money, but my phone's an asset. It's not a liability. Their phones are liabilities. Your phone's not going to be paying you. So you're going to put $324 into something that's not going to give you any money back.
Yeah.
At least I was giving you an opportunity to make money, you know? So I'm like, I was telling him, like, it's crazy how you're saying it's only $324. Oh, it's so cheap. But when I said, put this money into investing into yourself, like, this is for you, not even for me, for you. All of a sudden, now it's too expensive. I'm like,
you know why? I feel
crazy.
like the main thing here is like the perceived value of things. Like Apple, you know, their phone's thousands of dollars. Everything is like $1,000 at Apple. So they
I know.
kind of perceive themselves like a high brand. Gucci, everything's expensive at Gucci. Who's to say Gucci shirts really aren't only worth like $50, but they charge in like $600?
So I could bet I take that shirt like this and just rip it.
Yeah, didn't Yeezy have some shirts with like holes selling for like thousands of dollars? I think so.
I don't know. That's
So
Kanye,
it's
right?
like,
I don't know.
yeah. So it's like, I think it's just like the value that people perceive. And people rather spend their money on like a known name than support their people.
I know, but the whole thing with that though,
They ain't supporting you.
that's not even me. They're not supporting themselves. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you're saying you value the iPhone more than you value your own life, your own self. Like, you put yourself here, you put the iPhone above you. Like, how is a phone more important than yourself? I'm like, wow.
I don't know. I think people, I don't know.
But you know, at the end of the day, I don't care because I'm still making my money. Like, I'm still here. I can take off work because I know I'm making money still if I'm not at work. These people can't take off work.
That's true.
So I'm just
I feel like-
laughing. I'm like, okay, say no. Like, I prefer when people tell me no. Don't say yes, then no.
Yeah.
Just tell me no from the beginning
Facts.
so I can move on. Like,
I think, you know how nowadays I feel like people are kind of stuck in that same mindset, kind of like our parents were stuck in.
because
Like they
our
don't want to
parents are
take
drilling it.
risks. Especially now. It's like, it's kind of hard. Taking risks are hard. Unless it's something you 100% want to do, it's hard. Which I feel like is another reason too. Like people may want to like invest and make more money, but it's hard for people to like fully commit to something that they're not like 100% interested in. They probably just want to make the money, but don't really want to learn how to do it.
And I have a new way for that to happen. I'm
So
working
hit her
on
up
something.
if you want to
Hit me
do
up.
that.
Listen, if you don't even want to trade, but you want to make money, I got a way for that.
Perfect. So there's ways for everything.
I'm telling you, like, there's a way for everything. It's just people need to be willing to give.
Make the first step.
Yeah, you know, at least give me the time of day to explain it. Like, I can explain it. You tell me no, I'm fine with that. At least you gave me the chance to say, okay,
Yeah.
I told you about it. So
That's
now
true.
when you're broke, it's not my fault. Because I tried to help you.
Facts. I feel like now, because everything is getting more expensive. House is getting expensive. It's like for us, our generation, to be able to buy a house, it's like we gonna be rented for the rest of our life. Is what it's looking like.
I'm not renting
Unless you do something else. Like I just feel like you need to have. You don't need to have, but I feel like if you're trying to achieve a certain level of financial freedom, then you need to have like you can have your day 9 to 5 job.
I was like, Jane and Fish?
You can have your day 9 to 5 job, but then you need to also have something on the side too. Mm-hmm. That can make you like additional, because maybe one day your side hustle is making you more money. You okay?
I just feel something tickling my chin, and I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm going a little mustache. Wait,
A beard.
a beard.
But yeah, maybe your side hustle will make you more than your 9 to 5 job. And then eventually you can move to doing your 9 to 5 job. I mean, your side hustle full time. Don't quit your job.
Do not quit.
I
was
don't
just about to
recommend
talk
that.
about it.
Don't
Do not
quit your job. That's a tip. If you're going to start like investing in yourself, starting a business, doing a side hustle, do not quit your job.
I really do want
because-
to talk about that.
Because starting a business, you may think, okay, I have this idea. I'm going to get t-shirts and I'm going to sell them. It's going to take me a week. No.
Might
No.
take you a week to
Because
sell
you
one.
email the people. First of all, it's going to take them maybe 2 weeks to get back to you because suddenly in COVID, ain't nobody around their email no more. 2 weeks to get back to you. Then it's like if you're trying to do it like properly, samples, everything takes time. So don't quit your job because it might take 3 to 6 months to start something, and then you quit your job. Now you're out of a job for 3 to 6 months, and what are you gonna do? So do not quit your job.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yogi Bear. Oh, the testosterone is working. I don't know what that was.
Yeah, don't quit your job at the beginning.
Yeah, like I was really going to talk, because with my whole investment thing, right? Like you're making residual and passive income, both, whatever. So some people do quit their jobs. Now, personally, I don't recommend
You
quitting
never
your
know.
job. Exactly, you never know. Like, for example, I've gone from making $600 US every month to zero. Just because stuff happened, you know what I mean? I didn't quit my job, because if I had quit my job,
Then you'd be
I'd be broke. I wouldn't be making no money. I would have to depend on solely trading. But suppose I lose a trade.
true.
You know what I mean? That's why I say if you work full time, like my plan is when I reach a point where I'm making 2,000 US, 2,000 US residually for not doing nothing basically without trading. I'm gonna go part time at work. Take maybe 2 shifts instead of working 7 shifts. I work 2. That way, I'm still making money at work. I'm still making residual income from my trading business, and I'm still making money from trading itself. That's 3 ways of making money.
Yeah.
And then when we blow up on this,
then you're just gonna quit your job.
No.
Oh.
Then that's just 4 ways of making money. That's now I go to 1 shift. I think I'll always have a job to just work 1 shift. Just to say, like, I have something to pay my taxes on.
But then some places require you to do a minimum amount of shifts.
Too bad.
Your work seemed like the type of place that would do that.
Maybe, I don't know.
Minimum 10 shifts.
Oh, no. If I tell them, like, this is what needs to happen, I need to do 1, they'll give me the 1.
That's good, then.
That makes room for the other guards to work, too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to do 1 shift. Because I have people quit, they're making 2,000 USD a month. Okay. To me, that's not really a goal, personally.
What do you mean?
So they make 2,000, they quit their job. They're retired, whatever. That's not a goal for me because I make 2,000 a month anyway. I make 2,200
from your job.
From my job. So to me, that's just my job. When I start making that 5,000, that 10,000, 25,000, 50,000 a month, to me, that's a goal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not... When I reach there, maybe 50,000...
When you make more than what you make at work.
Mm-hmm. Then that to me is like, okay, I can quit if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that. Just 1 shift. I just need that 1 shift. I might even quit that and just go work at McDonald's or something. Burger King.
Yeah.
You know, a little 3-hour shift just to say, hey, I'm doing something. I'm leaving my house to do something other than what I'm already doing.
That's true. Yeah, I would recommend if you're doing a business, start a business while you're still at it, like at another job, whether you're doing part-time or full-time. Even like at least just in the beginning phases when you're trying to like get everything set up and get everything together. Because that's like the most important phase. It's like the planning and get everything like set up. Like maybe don't go into anything blind. Like take risks, but like educate yourself. Yeah, educate yourself, do your research beforehand because it just avoids problems down the line.
I always tell people when they're coming into my business, I'm just like, listen, do your research about it. I'm not rushing you into anything. I'm not forcing anything into anything. Just, do your thing, whatever. Come back to me, let me know what the answer is. Whatever it is, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, just do your research.
Mm-hmm. Like I have some people saying like for example, I ain't gonna name no names. One of my good looking friends, hey friend. But she was telling me like, I just got a job. I'm not trying to quit my job. I don't want to quit my job to do this trading thing. Like, I can't afford to lose this job. Yeah. So I'm just like, I was talking like, sis, I still work full-time.
I know who this is.
Yeah. I was like, sis, I still work full-time. I still work 12 hours every single day. I work 12 hours a day. We're doing this podcast. I'm doing the business building on the thing. I have 4 things doing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting my real estate and insurance license. That's 5 things.
Real estate is always something I've been interested in, but I just like I feel like you have to know the difference between being interested in something and like actually wanting to take something serious. Mm-hmm. Like real estate is something I've been interested in, but it's not something that I would actually take a full course to do or go to learn about it because that's just like not in my interests.
I think it's cool.
So you have to think about that. So when you're thinking about what you're passionate about, think about what you just like and what sounds good and what you would actually see yourself doing because they can be very different.
That's true. But yeah, like I was telling her, like I'm doing 5 different things. Mm-hmm. No one is more busier than me. Like I swear to God. Like I don't like hearing that I'm too busy. If all you do is go to school and go to work and you don't do nothing else, you're not busy.
Yeah, you're never too busy.
You're never too busy. Like how are you too busy to make money? Sis, sir, ma'am, whatever else. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Etc. Like that doesn't make sense. Like you're basically telling me you don't have time to start making $600 a month for sitting on your behind. No one even has to trade to do this. You don't have time for that.
True. And there's no better time than now. Now when a lot of us it's unfortunate that some of us can't work because of COVID and all of that. But take this time to really sit down, get a piece of paper, get a whiteboard and a marker. Even get one from Dollarama, a little small one from Dollarama if you need to. Mm-hmm.
Start writing stuff out.
Write stuff out. What do you want to do? What are your goals? Where do you see yourself? And what can you do to achieve those goals? Mm-hmm. So each goal you have, break them down into smaller goals. Like, instead of saying, I want to make $10,000 of personal income this month, okay, how are you going to do that?
What's the project? What's the plan?
Because just saying it and just sitting there and like reading, I want to make $10,000. I want to make $10,000. Just sitting there doing nothing isn't going to give you the $10,000. Okay, this is not miracle water. You know that commercial?
No.
We're talking about, you ever seen that commercial?
Girl, I don't watch TV.
Oh, well, it's like a commercial where they're talking about, like, you get this miracle water, you order it, and then suddenly these people getting checks in the mail and da-da-da. It don't make no sense.
Is it real?
Girl, I don't think so.
I want some miracle water. But yeah, that's one thing too. Like, a lot of people see me talk about, oh, by June 30th, I want to make 10,000. I think they think I'm sitting home going like this. By June 30th, I'm gonna make
like
10,000. They don't see what's going on.
With your little
behind,
lamp and like hoping a genie will come out.
Right. They don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I am constantly on my phone. I have a call this time. I have a call this time. I'm going out to meet someone to discuss this. I have my book, right? My stuff is like written down. I'm on like social media texting people I don't even know. Who are interested. I'm meeting up with these people. You know what I mean? If I don't understand anything, I'm going to my mentor. She's telling me to talk to this person. I'm still working on the business itself, helping the people who are already in the, like, so much things are going on. People think I'm just sitting like.
You see, the work that they don't see is usually the most important work.
Exactly.
People, I say I'm going on. Every time you talk to me, what am I most likely doing?
Doing something.
I'm like, I'm doing business stuff. What are you doing? Business stuff. I'm just doing business stuff. I'm trying to figure this out. Da-da-da-da-da. Always doing something, but people don't see that.
I bet they think the box of shirts you got just dropped out of the sky.
Literally, like, I got a shirt, printed a design on it, and sold it. I'm like, a lot went into every single aspect of the shirt. A lot of time and energy went into it.
Down to the damn tag you find on the back.
The tag on the back
thing.
that
What's
no one
this
even
thing?
cares about. Even like the size
They can
tag.
see it? I don't know. Can they?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, whatever. This thing, like,
Even the tag on the side that tells you like it's 100% how to wash it that no one ever looks at. Spend time on that too. Everything takes time. So yeah, write your goals, and then break each goal down into like smaller goals onto how you can achieve them, and then start.
Yeah, that's it. Take risks. It's better to say, you know,
I
did this and it didn't work, rather than to say, oh, damn, I wish I'd done that, like Bitcoin, for example.
Because what if you did and it turns out?
Yeah. It's better to lose 300 than to lose a chance of making 3,000.
Yeah, and even if you have a business currently and it's not going so well, or maybe it's not going how you thought it was, usually that's how it goes. Like, nothing really ever goes how you expect it to in the beginning. Like, you launch, you're like, I'm going to sell out. And unless you're like a celebrity who has like millions of followers, who has like people who are willing to just buy into like a piece of tissue paper that they sell.
They blowing it. They selling it for $50,000.
And everyone will buy it. It's like, it's not going to go like that. So don't be afraid to like, not necessarily fail, because I don't really feel like you can ever really fail. I feel like you learn something, but to like sit back and go back. Yeah. Go back to the drawing board and say, okay, like for example, now I'm rebranding and relaunching everything. But it's because now I have like different ideas, better ideas on how to make things better. So even though I'm like, dang, by now I expected to have all of my shirts sold, I'm not really that upset about it, because at least I started and I sold a good amount of the shirts. And now I'm just going to relaunch everything with like better ideas. It's going to be way better than it was when I first launched. So like, I don't really look at it as like, damn, I didn't meet my goal, because I'm still doing it.
That's true. That's how I feel too with my project that I'm working on. It's not working out the way, like right now it should have already been started. You know, like I was basically finished. But now I have to restart because whatever else happened. But it's a blessing, because if I'd started without everything, it would have been a disaster. So
Exactly. Planning is really important, because if you plan well, your execution will be flawless. You said terrible.
Oh, if you plan well. I thought if you
well.
don't plan well, I was like, terrible.
If you plan well, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all it is, you know.
Yeah. Just start. Do what you like to do. Make sure it's like authentic to you. Don't just do something because it's cool and it's like the quickest way to make money.
Yeah, don't go get into get paid quick schemes. If you're getting paid quick without putting any work, it's not going to last long.
Yeah, do something that you can see yourself doing long term, that could eventually feed your family, that you'd be happy doing. Because you're probably going to be working more hours on your own business than you would at like working for somebody else.
I stay out doing
With
my
less
stuff.
with less money, because in the beginning you're not really making much money.
That's true.
Because all the money you make from your business is going back into the business.
Until you pop off.
Yep, until you pop off.
And people start supporting.
And support people. Support your friends. Support people who you see trying to, like, do their thing. Like, I feel like nowadays people kind of get, like, nervous. Like, for example, some people might want to be a social media influencer, but feel, like, awkward posing, awkward posing. Might want to be a TikToker, but feel awkward doing TikToks. Like, support your friends when you see them trying to like do these things and make something for themselves. Because especially family, support your family members, because you'd also be the first one talking to the other aunts and uncles and cousins at the barbecue, talking about she ain't doing nothing with her life, whispering she ain't doing nothing. But when you are doing something, you don't want to support.
It's true. Oh, look at she what list? She's good for nothing. She go take up man and da 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 da.
Yep.
Maybe that man is her business partner and she just didn't tell y'all because she knows how y'all stay.
Yeah, so just support people. Don't judge, because I feel like when people judge your idea, it makes you really not want to tell them things.
Yeah, and then when you do, they're
especially
like,
when you're excited.
How come you didn't tell me?
Especially when you're really excited about something. Like, oh my gosh, look, I just started this business.
And they're like, why does it look like that?
Yeah,
why did you make that? I don't think that works well with...
Yeah, like, are you sure that's a good idea?
That's why I don't tell people
How much money
things.
did you spend on that?
They always want to know how much money did you give
things
me?
cost.
Did you give me the money? No. So don't worry about how much it cost.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Literally, I glow saying that all the time.
It's that split. That's what you're going to start saying. It's that split.
Literally. But yeah, that's really all I got.
That's all I got, too.
So if you're trying to start investing, hit her up. If you want to start a business, hit me up. And yeah, that's really all I got.
Yeah, so wrapping up.
Yep.
Okay. That's it.
Bye.
Wait. You can't just say bye.
Why?
You have to tell them, follow me on LK_V.I.B on Instagram.
Follow me at KERENZH.
The H.
Yeah. The H is important.
Okay.
And I said ZA, not like SA, because, a lot of people spell my name like that. Not KA, KERENZH, or Z if you prefer.
Canadian people. We say the Z a lot?
When I'm saying the alphabet, I think I say Z. When I'm spelling my name, I say Z.
I say Z as well. Anyways.
But yeah, bye.